Dear students of 10th class, today I am representing you a very important chapter. The name of the chapter is The Necklace. It's a very important chapter, very deep chapter. I am explaining you each and every part. The central character of this chapter is Matilda. She is a young, very beautiful, very great, uh, outrageously looking great woman. Matilda was very beautiful, very colorful kind of a character. She was very effervescent, vivacious, and she looked like a nymph, a maiden, a very beautiful woman. She always suffered. She was always dismayed. She was always in despondency. She was always sad, monotonous, lugubrious. Why? The reason for that is that she was married to a petty clerk who works in the board of education, Mr. Loisel. She never thought, have never hoped, have never any plans that she will marry a rich and distinguished person. Although she was a very simple girl, but she always suffered silently. She was very much repulsed by the very walls of her apartment, the shabby chairs, the shabby look of her apartment, and poverty of her shabby walls of her apartment, and worn out chairs of her apartment. It repulsed her. She was highly disenchanted, dismayed, disgruntled by the whole atmosphere of her apartment. And she married a clerk, and clerk was a person who was not very great or very wonderful. He was just a simple man who earned miserly. So she always used to think that why she was born in a poor family, why the God was so unkind to her, why she was married with a clerk, why don't she has the luxury of the rich people, the opulent people, the people with the flair, with the oomph, with the impeccable and huge amount of riches. Now what happened uh, when her husband met her on the dinner table, and he just took it's the umpteen good pot pie, uncovered the tureen, it is a kind of a dish, and good pot pie, and his husband told that, oh, I have never known a dish better than a pot pie. But Matilda was very sad. She was again very despondent. She was again very much in anguish and anxiety. Why? Because she was thinking of the rich people dinner. She was thinking of the executive dishes to be served in the silver plate, the sumptuous dinner, the rich person dinners, and she neither has the frocks to eat, neither she has the jewel, neither has the frock to wear also. She was always portraying a picture that she was married and born in a family which was suffering from abject poverty. All the time her eyes were red, she was weeping all the time, and the avalanche of emotions always cover her mind as well as body. Now what happened, she knows a very rich friend from the convent, and that rich friend from the convent was very rich. When Matilda used to meet her, she was highly disgruntled, she was highly discontent, she was in a state of delinquency, she was in a state of delirium. Why? Because her friend was very rich and she was poor, so she was unable to digest her richness, and she used to cry, weep, and virtually admonish her. She was in despair and despondent. Now the next part happened that her husband came with a very happy news, and he told him, there is something for you. He brought up a ball card. Ball is where a boy and a girl usually dances. So in Western countries, especially in France, England, Germany, they have the ball parties. So he said that I have the invitation for the ball party, invited by Madame George Rempuy, and she has invited me, Mr. Loisel, and Mrs. Loisel, Matilda. Now, spitefully, Matilda threw up that card, and her husband was in great dismay. Why? Kehta, my dear Matilda, you never go anywhere. You never step out of the house. It's not good. Now we have the opportunity to visit a ball. We have to go for a dinner invited by my great head, and you know the whole corporate world will be there. There will be there will be no common people. There will be all the rich and the opulent people extravagantly spending money, so you will enjoy it. But the Matilda was very sad, she was in despair, she was in monotony, lugubrious, and she was contemplating that she was contemptible, she damned herself, cursed herself, that no, no, no. She started to cry and shriek that no, 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 I don't deserve to go to such parties. Please take this card, and I don't have the essence, I don't have the means to carry myself to that party. And now her husband was standing stupefied in a dismay, and when he saw his wife crying, and he asked her, what's the problem with you, Matilda? And the Matilda replied, I don't have the dress to go to such a opulent and magnanimous party. And he replied, you have that dress which you wear when we go to the theater. I think that dress is very wonderful. And he started again crying and sobbing. And the poor old clerkman, Mr. Weissel, he was again into a shattered state of mind. What to say? He says, no, 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 give this card to some of your colleague who has the mean and who has the money and whose wife can carry herself with the jewel and the great dress to go to the party. He said, no, no, no. And this lady was again into vexation. Vexation, means in great dismay and disarray. And after wiping out her tears from her cheek, and after a great effort controlling her vexation and emotions, and also coming to know that not to frustrate her husband by asking her for such a huge amount, he told her, his husband asked that if you need the new dress, how much money it will cost? And then she replied that it will cost 400 francs. And all of a sudden the poor clerk face turned into pale. All this, he has only 400 rupees which he has saved to buy a gun, which he will join a hunting expedition to hunt some animals. But anyway, he suppressed his own desires and told him that I will give you 400 francs, but you should have a good dress. Now the Matilda was very happy and she said, okay, great. But after a while again, she was feeling very dismayed, disappointed and lugubrious. And again his husband asked, what's the matter? For 2-3 days you are behaving in a very nonchalantly, in a very dejected manner. Again she said that I have the dress, but now I don't have the jewel to wear to it. And now her husband replied, why don't you wear the flowers? The flowers will good look on you, chick. So he says, flowers? Kehta, no, I don't want to demean myself. I don't want to portray myself that I belong to such a poverty-stricken family. So then again, her husband replied, why don't you go to Mrs. Forestier and ask her for the jewelry? She is very close friend of yours. And then Matilda visit Mr. Forestier and ask her for the jewelry, different. And when she opened the dossier, when she opened the cupboard, he bring about the many jewelry, different kind of jewelry, gold jewelry, different kind of necklace, and ask Matilda to choose from it, because Matilda wants that she should not look odd, she should not look disenchanted, she should not look shabby. She should not look in a shabby state of affairs among the rich women. So this is the first part of the this chapter. In the next part, I will explain you the other part. Thank you very much, my dear students. So this is the first part, very important part. Thank you very much, my dear.